We haven't done one of these in a hot minute, so let's do an ICU shift recap. I was charge nurse this shift and it was decently busy, so let's get into it. There was no night shift charge nurse to get report from, and I did not have a chance to eat breakfast. So at 7 o'clock, nothing was going on. I started my shift by going down and getting a quick breakfast burrito. And on my way back from the cafeteria, they actually called a rapid response, and so I went to that. Not much I could do there. They didn't really need much help, and so I went back to my unit, but then there was a code blue that was called that wasn't truly a code blue. They called a code blue. It was more rapid. So I was there assisting with that. When I got back from that rapid, I went and said hi to all the nurses, made sure everyone knew who I was, how to get a hold of me if they needed help, helped a couple nurses boost their patients, turn them, clean somebody up. And then at 9:30, a nurse called for an ultrasound IV and I went and did that. 10 o'clock, I actually got a new admission that I had to take myself. So I was not charge nurse for a couple hours. I actually had my own patient because we didn't have another nurse who could take this patient at the time. And so I did all the things with that new admission, sat down and charted. And then at about 12:15, I transferred that patient to a different ICU room because I was going to be going back to my charge nurse role. Wrapped up with that, and a nurse had never started CRRT before, and it was their first shift actually fully starting it. And so I went and kind of just was an extra set of hands, made sure everything looked good. And when that was done, I went ahead and took my lunch, and then I broke our secretary for lunch after that. After the lunches, I went and rounded on everyone, made sure everyone was doing okay, and I stripped a room for a patient that got out of the ICU. At about 15:30, our charge nurse that does all the staffing for night shifts and bed placements and stuff asked me to come and go over which rooms we were going to be closing, which rooms we were staffing, which nurses need to go where. This charge nurse oversees 4 different ICUs, and so it can be a lot of things to manage. And so I was just being an extra set of eyes and an extra brain to kind of go through all that. When we wrapped up that, I went and stripped another room for a patient that got out of ICU and then helped clean up a patient. And then at 1700, the nurse that had a CRT patient had not gotten lunch, so I went and watched for that. And then at 17:30, another rapid was called, but again, I went and wasn't really needed. When I got back from that rapid, I went and got updates on all the ICU patients for the night shift nurse. And of course, at 18:40, another rapid was called. I was on my way and they canceled it. It was a fake. And then of course, again, 10 minutes before the end of my shift, a code gray was called. This is a combative patient. And so I went and assisted with that. And then at 1900, I gave report to the night shift nurse. It was honestly a super quick report, and I was out of there by 1910. Overall, not too bad of a day. I can't complain. Let me know if you missed these ICU shift recaps because I'm thinking about bringing them back maybe here or there. Let me know.